Okay, I'm gonna address the question, why 6 Silver Saturns? And let me first just say, like, I really like the constraints of a theme. I learned in the escape room business that having a theme kind of helps channel my creativity a little bit. Plus, I think, like, if anything goes as far as like clues and puzzles, I like don't know if I would ever be happy with it looking back. Like, I could always think of something else that I could have used. But with the constraints of a theme, I feel like that's less likely. I feel like I did pretty good with the constraints of my theme. So the theme sort of started with the silver. I realized pretty early on that I was not going to be able to compete with the other Utah treasure hunts with their tens of thousands of dollars of prize money. So I was thinking, like, well, what could I do to make my meager prize money go a little further? One idea was like maybe using cryptocurrency, and then over time that would hopefully appreciate. But in the end, I decided to just make something out of silver. Like, if you make something out of precious metals, theoretically, that increases the value beyond just the value of the metal ore. So I went with silver because gold was just super expensive. Silver, you could actually make like a nice, sizable, tangible thing for hundreds of dollars. I think each of my Silver Saturns is worth about $600 of precious metal. And yeah, I also realized though that maybe the opposite could happen. Maybe like somebody will win a Silver Saturn, they'll take it to a pawn shop, and the pawn shop's only offering them like $300. And if that happens, please let me know. I'll actually buy it back from you for at least the $600 that the silver is worth. But hopefully people want them and the value goes up. I guess we'll see. So from there, how about the 6? Like, I knew I didn't just want to do one single hunt, one single prize, because some super sleuth out there might find it the next day, and you put in all that work for like a tiny window of time where people are actually enjoying what you've created. So I figured I'll hedge my bets. I'll do at least a few, so that way if I'm like way off on what I think people will solve easily, there's at least a bunch of backups. I chose 6 because 6 is my favorite single digit number, and I love hexagons and stuff like that. Back before CGP Grey made his video, Hexagons Are the Bestagons, me and Tom had a hex theme escape room at our escape room business, which of course had tons of hexagons and other clues related to the number 6. And as part of that, we had some nods to the planet Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet. It even has 6 letters in its name. And if you didn't know this, Saturn has a hexagon on its north pole. I kid you not, look it up. So somehow I thought that would be a good thing to make out of silver anyway, because like I'm not skilled. I've never made anything out of silver, so I knew I had to do some sort of shape that was fairly rudimentary, and I figured Saturns would be pretty easy. Even then, it took me a lot of tries and figuring out like how to design it in a way that looked nice, but overall I'm really happy with the final product, and that's why 6 Silver Saturns.